Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. This is Jacqueline Kinoti, a transformational life coach. So in the previous video, I talked about emotional neglect, and today I want to talk about signs that you can know if you are emotionally being neglected, either currently, maybe in your relationship, in your marriage, or if it happened are in childhood. And when I talk about these things, I want us to gain awareness on things that might be influencing how we behave or how we do things that we do, or what makes us to experience misfortune after misfortune. And one of the ways that you can know if you're being emotionally neglected is having your one's feelings repeatedly being minimized, dismissed, or ignored. For example, if let's say if you are a child, if your parent or your caregiver constantly ignored your feelings, invalidated, and you told them you're feeling this way, they denied it, they said you're just making up things, you are like this, they dismiss how you're feeling. Or maybe if you're married now, or in marriage or in relationship, maybe when you tell your partner something is hurting you, they always find something to ignore how the feelings that you're saying that you're or they do things that are going to make you hurt. They do things that they don't have your feelings into consideration, and that is one of the ways that you can know if you're being emotionally being neglected. Another way is being mocked, teased, or criticized for opening up. You know, for example, you may have grown up in a family where opening up was like a crime. You're not supposed to speak up. You're not supposed to say what is going within you. You are expected to toughen up, to toughen up, and that could have impacted even the current life that you are living today. Also, in current life, or maybe as I've seen in marriage or relationship, maybe your spouse doesn't allow you to open up, or they say nasty things when you open up, and they're expecting you to act in silence. They are mocking you, they are teasing you and calling all your kind of names because you want to open up on what is going on. Another way is being held to unrelenting standards, even in hardship. When someone is expecting you to do things that maybe at that time or that moment you are not in emotionally able or capable of attending to those things, then maybe I can give an example. For example, let's say maybe a woman has given birth, and within few days or within maybe a day, the spouse expect this woman to do all the chores in the house, to take all the things that she shouldn't do without taking into consideration her welfare. Or you can have various examples where someone has been held into high expectation. They have to do this, and they are not regarding, or they are not putting into consideration what is the welfare of this person. They don't care about if you are hurt, you're in pain. They don't care. So that is another way to know if you're being emotionally being neglected. Another way is being expected to tolerate unfair treatment or disrespect without complaining. You know, as I've seen, this can happen, have happened even in childhood. Even as a parent who is raising children, when I talk about these signs, that you are able to know what things that maybe you're doing to your child, and know that there has a lot of impact on how they turn out later in life. So if someone is being expected to tolerate pain, and maybe you tell the children at home in the family, you know, your blood, your brother and sister, even if this person hurt you, they're still your blood, they're still. And so when you get hurt, you you hurt in silence, you turn that pain inward because you're not allowed to speak it out, because it is your family. Even if the parent is mistreating you, they tell you it is your parents, they brought you to this one. But do they have and are they supposed to hurt you because they brought you? Are they supposed to illiterate you because simply they brought you to this world? You know, so many things people have been told or have been brought up to hurt inside and to never speak out. It's like there are those unspoken rules in the families that you have to follow. You fall unconsciously, but they keep on sabotaging your life. So it's very important so that you can able to understand what you have been through or things that you went through, how they had to how things went down, they couldn't be impacting you. I usually say that early childhood experiences are very vital because they influence the kind of connection that is formed, which determines or which influences how the brain development happens, and that forms the part of programming that acts like a magnet, always making you to gravitate towards what is familiar. You see, especially a person that has been emotionally neglected as a child, you always attract people that they are going to those people that are going to neglect them emotionally. You can see it maybe in your partners. You can see maybe how your partner is treating you is the same as the way your caregiver treated you, because that is the programming. And so if there's someone wants to change, then they have to revisit the foundation and reprogram themselves and reparent themselves. And therefore, if you have to do that, you have to make a conscious decision to do that, because it involves a lot of work that you need to do yourself. You have to retrain your mind again and expose yourself to positive experiences in a repetitive basis. Another one is repeatedly having important requests being ignored or disregarded. For example, maybe let's talk about a child who has been emotionally neglected. When maybe a child is sick and the parent tells them it is not that serious, you can toughen it up, and this child is hurting. So if someone is being expected to tolerate, or they are requesting maybe to get health care and they're not being provided, then that is another form of emotional neglect. Or maybe another way is when the parent or the caregiver is unable to set structure or on how to go. The child doesn't know where to go about things. They just don't know the way forward. And therefore, it's very important to understand these things that has happened to us. It is important that we can talk it out. I should tell people you should not hurt in silence, because the more you're remaining in silence, it is eating you up, it is affecting your life, it is sabotaging everything that you're doing. I usually say that trauma and resolved trauma impact or aspect of your life, either it's relationship, marriage life, your career life, financial life, spirituality, and everything. It impacts all areas of your life until you are able to ask yourself what happened along the way, since you are not born this way. Or you go back even to the place that at a point that you were born, understand what went on. What did your mom go through when she was pregnant? What happened around the time you're being given birth to in that delivery room? What happened at that time? Did you have that connection with the parent? Did they love you? Did they reject you? Were they in pain? Were they in depression when they were pregnant with you? Were they abusing drugs when they were pregnant with you? All those things, the prenatal, postnatal, and perinatal factors also contribute to how the person turns out. And when the child is born, the kind of experiences that they are exposed to determines or influences how the adulthood turns out. So if you're experiencing misfortune after misfortune, nothing is working out, you say maybe someone has bewitched you, you say maybe someone has done evil things. But I would like to tell you, like, you stop for a moment in your life and evaluate what could be happening. What are the how you're feeling. What are those feelings communicating to you? The feelings are always the messages on what is happening, and when we ignore them, then you start to act out, maybe having some headaches, maybe having some stomach ache, having ulcers, having depression, and all that. Even it will act out even in your spouse's life, in your children's life, like maybe compulsive disorders, maybe having hunger issues, and all that. So if we ignore these things that how the feelings are communicating to us, then they will eventually manifest in various ways. And so that's why I'm doing this, so that you can able to gain awareness on what you need to do about your life, so that you can transform, so that you can able to turn around your life, and also so that you can be in a position to raise a healthy generation, so that we can stop this passing on unhealthy generational practices. It doesn't mean because the parent hurt you, because the parent neglected you, neglect your child. We have to heal, we have to address these issues, so that we can have a mentally sane society. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.